This is Ranger Elias Harlan, badge number 492, currently on indefinite administrative leave. I'm recording this from room 214 of the Motel 6 off Highway 99 in Fresno. It's 0300 hours. I can't sleep. I haven't slept properly in 6 days. I need to get this down while the details are still sharp, before the fog in my head takes over completely. I was on the mist trail. It was a standard dusk patrol. Tuesday. My sector was the stretch leading up to Vernal Fall. If you've ever hiked Yosemite, you know that sound. The water. It's not just a noise, it's a physical force. It vibrates in your ribcage. A constant, thundering roar that drowns out everything. Your footsteps, your breath, even your own thoughts. It's white noise, nature's loudest static. I was logging trail conditions near the metal barrier, just checking for erosion on the switchbacks. Routine. Boring. I've done it 1,000 times. Then, someone hit the mute button. That's the only way to describe it. It wasn't a fade. It wasn't the wind changing direction. It was an abrupt, violent cut. 1 second, thousands of gallons of water are crashing down granite, and the next, absolute zero. Silence. But it wasn't empty silence. It was heavy. It felt like the valley turned into a vacuum chamber. My ears popped painfully, like I'd plummeted 10,000 feet in a second. The hair on my arms stood up, pushing against my uniform sleeves. I could hear the blood rushing in my own carotid artery. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It sounded deafening. I stopped moving. I looked up at the falls. The water was still falling. I could see the white water churning, the mist spraying, but no sound. It was like watching a movie on mute. That's when I saw it. I'm looking at the sector map right now, tracing the line with my finger. Right here, about a quarter mile below the footbridge, there's a crevice in the granite wall. I had inspected that exact spot at 0800 that morning, cleared it of debris. It was empty, just bare rock and moss. But in the silence, I saw something red. I walked over. My boots didn't make a sound on the gravel. That was the worst part, I think. Walking without sound. It makes you feel like a ghost. Wedged into the crack, about shoulder height, was a sneaker. A child's sneaker. Red canvas, white rubber toe. Size, maybe a toddler 4 or 5. It was wet, soaked through, but not muddy. That's important. It was clean, like it had just been taken out of a box and dipped in the river. I pulled it out. It was heavy and cold, unnaturally cold. I shone my flashlight up the rock face, and that's when the nausea hit me. Prints, wet, tiny footprints, bare feet, not shoes, bare feet, trailing upward. You have to understand the topography here. This isn't a scrambling rock. This is sheer, polished granite. Class 5 climbing, slick with mist. Impossible for a hiker without gear, absolutely impossible for a child. But there they were. Left, right, left, right, going straight up, disappearing into the mist above. I reached for my radio to call it in, to call SAR, but the radio was dead. Just static? No, not even static. Just that same heavy silence. Something fell out of the sneaker. I have it here. I'm looking at it right now. It's sitting on the nightstand next to this ashtray. It's a Polaroid. It was stuffed inside the toe of the shoe. It's waterlogged. The edges are peeling. And the chemicals are starting to degrade, turning everything a bit yellow. But you can still see the image clearly. Too clearly. Look at this. Look right here in the center. It's a child, maybe 3 years old. Ambiguous gender, short hair, oversized overalls. They're sitting in a clearing, but look at the light. It was dusk when I found this. The sun had dipped below the valley rim. The light in the canyon was blue, gray, dying. But in this photo, it's noon, high noon. The lighting is harsh, direct. The shadows are short. And the flora? Look at the grass here, around the kid's legs. That looks like ferns, but not the woodwardia we have in the park. These are massive, tree ferns, tropical. The kind that belong in a Jurassic rainforest, not the high Sierras in October. The kid is laughing, head thrown back, mouth open in a scream of joy. But if you look closely at the throat, the muscles look tight, strained. But that's not why I'm hiding in a motel room. I need a magnifying glass to show you properly, but I can describe it. I've been staring at it since I threw my bag on this bed. 40 minutes? An hour? It feels like days. There's a reflection standing over the kid. That is me. That is Elias Harlan. And look at the reflection of the shoulder. The sun catches the patch. It's square. The new uniform patches are shield-shaped. I haven't worn a square patch since 2014. In the photo, I look younger. My beard is still black. No gray. I'm taking a photo of a child I have never seen, in a place that doesn't exist, wearing clothes I threw away a decade ago. And I found this photo inside a wet sneaker that appeared in a silence that shouldn't be possible. I slipped the photo into my field notebook, the waterproof kind with the hard cover. I snapped the elastic shut and shoved the book into my cargo pocket. Then the sound hit me. A high-pitched whine piercing through my skull. My hands flew up to cover my ears by instinct. The sneaker hit the ground. I didn't mean to drop it, but the pain, it was blinding. When the sneaker hit the ground, the laughter started. It came from the rocks, not from the trail, from inside the granite, like the rock itself was hollow. It was rhythmic, wet. I started backing away. I drew my bear spray. I don't know why. What was pepper spray going to do against rocks? The prints on the wall. I shined my light up again. They had multiplied. 5 minutes ago, there was one trail going up. Now, there were dozens, hundreds. A spiral of wet, tiny footprints swirling around the granite face like a vortex, overlapping, chaotic. And the laughter got louder. It wasn't just one child anymore. It was a playground, a stadium, screaming, laughing, shrieking. It was syncing with my heart. I grabbed my chest. I couldn't breathe. Every time my heart beat, the laughter spiked. My heart started racing, and the laughter sped up to match it. Faster, louder. A feedback loop. I turned and ran. I didn't care about the slippery rock. I didn't care about the protocol. I just ran. I clawed my way down the switchbacks. I fell twice. I think I tore my nail on a root. I didn't feel it then. I just needed to get away from the silence that wasn't silent. I ran until I hit the trailhead. I ran until I saw the headlights of a massive RV pulling into the lot. I checked my watch when I got to the parking lot. I had entered the trail at 18:45. The silence hit around 19:10. When I got to the car, my watch read 23:30, 4 hours. I was gone for 4 hours. It felt like 10 minutes, maybe 15. I sat in my truck. I didn't turn it on. I just sat there, shaking. I pulled the photo out of my notebook, praying it was a leaf, or a receipt or anything else. But it was the child laughing with me in the reflection. I haven't gone back. I called in sick. Then I called in personal leave. Now, I just don't answer the phone. I'm sitting here sketching the clearing from the photo, trying to identify the plants, trying to figure out where the sun is. The sneaker is still out there, unless the rock swallowed it. The guys, the other rangers, they're talking on the encrypted channels. I still have my service radio. I never turned it in. They're saying the sector near Vernal is a cold zone now. They say the fog won't lift, even when it's 80 degrees out. They say the birds avoid it. They don't know about the photo. They don't know about the time. I'm releasing this recording because I think I'm going back. I have to go back. Not to the trail, to the clearing. I don't know how to get there, but I think if I wait for the silence, if I wait for the waterfall to stop, I can find the door. I have to know why I'm in that reflection. I have to know why I was there 10 years ago. Or if I haven't been there yet, if you find a red sneaker, don't touch it. Don't look at the prints. Just turn around and pray the sound doesn't stop. My name is Elias Harlan, and this is the truth.